Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two home games against Aberdeen, followed by a tough Champions League game against Paris Saint-Germain. And I'm not looking forward to the game against them, to be quite honest. You were last with us for the 2-0 draws against Malmo and Rangers. We then played Rangers in the Cup and won 6-0. We just completely turned up for that game and absolutely destroyed them. We then followed that up with a 2-1 win against Inverness. We had to rotate a little bit. Almasi getting back on the score sheet. We then went back into the Champions League and played away against Benfica. We lost quite heavily, 3-0, and we were very, very poor in that game. But we then rotated again, followed it up with a decent 1-0 win against St Johnstone. We absolutely battered them all game, but we only had the one goal to show for it in the end, and it was quite a fortuitous one at that. But hopefully we can build on that and get a good result against Aberdeen. As you can see from the league table on your right hand side, we are still top of the league by a point over Celtic at the moment, and a further 3 points to Motherwell, who are sat in third place. So we're looking reasonably strong at the moment. If we can get a win against Aberdeen next up, it'll really cement our place into that top two for the time being. They're currently sat down in 11th place, so they're having a shocker of a season at the moment. But like I say, hopefully we can continue in this vein and form and really push on and get another good result. For this game then we've got Bismarck in goal with Sirkin, Graham, Quinones and Ashcroft at the back, O'Donnell, Kesgin and James in the midfield with Polidoro and Cudjoe out wide and Gararappa starting for us again up front. He's finally got back to a little bit of fitness. As you saw, he did score the winner against St Johnstone, and hopefully he can do just as well today. It was a bit of a funny one with him against St Johnstone. We had to bring Almasi on in the end, and when we did, we put Gararappa out wide, and that was where he immediately scored from. So we're still a little bit lacking up front, I feel, at the moment. Almasi, obviously, back on the score sheet against Inverness, which was great, but for the most part, he's not looked at his best the way he was last season. So it could be that we end up selling him, which would be incredibly unfortunate given that first season that he had with us. And we have an early opportunity here with Polidoro to whip it in. Plays it in toward the near post. It's cleared by New, but it's back out to Polidoro. Can he get the ball in? He's got support at the far post, but he didn't need it. He went for glory, and Bender making a very good save, and Chong gets it away. But yeah, in terms of going forward, we have struggled a little bit with our strikers. I'm trying to find who's the best player to play there, basically. Polidoro has looked reasonable there, as has Gararappa, but both of them seem to play a little bit better, in my opinion, out wide. Almasi can only play up front, so he seems the natural choice, but again, he's been a bit hit and miss in terms of form himself. Shakhtar's looking for Williams. Cudjoe did really well to get onto that, and we managed to get it clear with Azak Kesgin into Polidoro, and Gararappa made the run. Bernard with a very good interception. You look at some of the players that Aberdeen have got, and they shouldn't be playing as poorly as they are. Sat in 11th place in the table. It's a little bit of an odd one. Sirkin, as you can see, they're back in the side following his injury spell. As Polidoro looks to hold off, challenges there, and he finds Sirkin again. That's a great pass forward from him into Gararappa. He needs support in the penalty area, though, and he's found it in James, and that is a brilliant delivery from Gararappa. He ended up being forced out slightly to that left-hand side, but that delivery in to Jordan James was a brilliant one, and we have our lead. Sirkin with a throw here into Polidoro. Opportunity to get the cross in, maybe. Has support and finds Sirkin on the edge of the penalty area. Surely he's not going for goal. It's taken a huge deflection, and it was comfortable for Bender to make the claim. 21 minutes gone, we hold on to that 1-0. Lil Tyrus almost getting in from the delivery from the goalkeeper there. But again, we're getting it clear and we're knocking it around very well at the moment. Sirkin into Azak Kesgin. Has support ahead of him if he can find it. Instead, he's played a brilliant ball into the penalty area and Polidoro picked it up. Plays it to Sirkin and Gary Rapper's there. It's just over the bar. But we're working plenty of opportunities early on here. And if we can carry on in this manner, we should get a couple more goals, hopefully. Well, it's coming up to our half an hour mark. A lot more chances, a lot more possession. But 1-0, it isn't a safe result by any means at the minute. Polidoro with a yellow card as well. So we've got to keep an eye on him as the game goes on. and it seems to have just calmed down a little bit in the game. Like I say, we've dominated in terms of chances, but at 1-0, as comfortable as we are, and a lot of the time we do keep clean sheets, um, but we certainly need to just pick it up a little bit, try and get that second goal just to give us that comfort. Because even though Aberdeen are in poor form, all it takes is one opportunity. Cudjoe here with a corner, looks to whip it in. It's cleared easily by Ramadani, and Williams has picked it up, and a chance for a counter attack maybe for Aberdeen. This is Hackney and Bernard exchanging passes. Karacic looks to get it forward. Graham with a very solid header there. And John James clears it forward into Polidoro now. Polidoro down this left-hand side, plays it back into Sirkin. Azat Kesgin on the edge of the penalty area. Jordan James is in again. He absolutely lashes it in. It did take a slight deflection, but the shot was on target anyway. So the goal will go once again to Jordan James with 2 goals to the good now. That is what we needed at the start of the second half. And it will allow us to just take the edge off a little bit, and we'll probably make some substitutions going into the last half an hour or so, just to rest one or two of the key players ready for that game coming up against Paris Saint-Germain. Dennis Sirkin, as you can see, is struggling for fitness. Cudjoe has had a shocking game as well. Polidoro on a yellow card, so he will come off for Lulic. We'll bring McLeod on for Cudjoe. Sirkin is going to come off for Helder he was struggling for fitness, but he ended up with a yellow card as well, which isn't ideal. Let's have a look, see. Who else can we bring off for the time being? I mean, Canunez hasn't had the best of games, and he is more of an important player for us. I think we'll bring Mboyamba on for Canunez. I mean, Ashcroft's vital to us as well at the moment, but as such, Justa isn't on the bench. So, I mean, you know what? I think I think we'll take Gary Rapper off. Let's give Almasi another 25 minutes game time, and hopefully we can see this result out. We've certainly got the quality, even with the substitutions. I think we've got a very strong squad for this league now, and aiming for a league title every season isn't beyond expectation, to be honest. We've got that first win under our belt, and I feel like we're in a position where we could win the title every season, but we have to keep maintaining, and we'll see where we end up. Potential for a penalty here, and from what it was saying just a second ago at the bottom of the screen, it may have been a poor decision, so we'll see if it will be held up or not. It hasn't been. It's no penalty in the end, and it remains 2-0 with 10 minutes to go. Helder now into Lulic, just holding on to it, trying to make the run across. O'Donnell into McLeod. Now Lulic again. Azat Kesgin and O'Donnell exchanging passes in the centre. Helder with a bit of space. Plays it in. Almasi couldn't quite get onto it. And another penalty has been given. And again, at the bottom of the screen, it said it was a harsh decision. What will VAR say about this one then? This time it's been given, so we have the chance to completely wrap it up here. Robbie Diaz has ended up being sent off as a result of that. Jordan James with the chance and scores. It is his hat-trick. It's his first career hat-trick as well. And obviously he's done really well here today. Didn't score many goals last season, but that's goal number 5 of the campaign. Obviously he's got 3 of them today anyway, but really positive from him. He's proven to be very key in that midfield. What a signing he has proved to be. And Whittaker here with a corner for Aberdeen. Mercado is there, and Mercado has scored. It's his first goal of the season. He's scored against us once or twice in previous seasons as well, Mercado. He's a bit of a thorn in the side, but as such, it's too little too late from them. Heldesar with a throw-in, looks to play it into the penalty area, and Bernard picks it up and finds Munro. 2 players running off into Mboyamba with a vital interception there. Mercado almost in. And Azat Keskin's found Almasi, and he's clipped it off the post there. Almost 4-1. And now Aberdeen looking to respond. Ashcroft intercepts, finds McLeod. Now Lulic. Still the move goes on. Lulic moving down this left-hand side. Opportunity for a cross. McAllister does well. And gets a very strong challenge in. And we look to see the game out now at 3-1. It's another really good result for us. We maintain our title push, very early on in the campaign, of course, but we continue in that first place slot, and we've just got to keep going. Basically, the fact that we're winning most of our league games is good. Obviously it's good, but the fact that we drew 0-0 with Rangers was a solid result, and a lot of the proof will be how things go against Celtic. It always is. Speaking of Celtic, by the way, they've actually just had a full takeover of the club as well, so I'm not entirely sure what that'll entail in relation to whether they've got more money or not. I mean, let's be honest, they've got the most money of all the Scottish teams anyway, so it is going to be tough to catch them in that manner, but we'll see how we get on and go from there. So I'll just flick through these couple of bits momentarily, and obviously excellent performance from John James with his hat trick. I think it's just a couple of days' time, and then we've got the home game against PSG. So I'll just get through that off camera, and then we'll come back for that Champions League game. It's going to be incredibly difficult. Hopefully, we can just give at least a decent account of ourselves. I'm not expecting a win or a draw. Judging by the way we played against Benfica, I'm expecting an extremely heavy defeat, to be honest. But if we're competitive, I'll take it, and I will see you all in a moment. Well, here we go. Not looking forward to this one, but we'll see how we do. With us being at home, I'm a little bit more confident we could at least make ourselves look decent, but it's Paris Saint-Germain, and my word, have they got a team still? Obviously, we're five. How many seasons have we done? Four, five, six. Yeah, we're six and a bit seasons into this, remember? But look at that team that they've got. Donnarumma, Kimpembe, Inacio, Guehi, Higuita, Marquinhos, Ugarte, Lavalette, Rodri, Lautaro Martinez and Mbappe are their front two, and they've got a star-studded bench as well for one or two names there. And not feeling very confident on this one. We'll see what we can do. Like I say, if we give good account of ourselves, then great. But I mean, what can you expect? I mean, we're Dundee United. We're hardly uh, like a strong-ish mid-table English team. Even we haven't got the necessary quality to be putting up with teams like PSG. But with every minute that goes by and it's still 0-0, it'll be a little victory. And so far, we're heading towards 10 minutes, hopefully. every Literally, I'm aiming this by every single minute that goes by, and it's a little bit odd to be doing it this way, but like I say, it's PSG. We've got a lot of work to do in this game. It's a big delivery forward. Marquinhos won it, but Sirkin picks it up and finds Azak Kezgin. Now Lulic. Oof, tried to fire it in for Gary Rapper. Inacio intercepted. Lautaro Martinez finds Mbappe. And there we go. We knew it was going to happen. The pace they have up front with Mbappe and Martinez. And Mbappe puts them in front. We lasted quarter of an hour. Slightly better than I was expecting, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a long shot to get anything from any of the games that we've drawn, but even at 1-0, if it finishes at 1-0, I will be perfectly happy. But I do doubt it, as Mbappe's in behind again, straight over the top of Graham, and Mbappe has finished again. 25 minutes gone, it's 2-0, and we could be in for a hammering here. As I said, didn't expect anything from the game. I just want us to try and give good account of ourselves, but the pace of Mbappe, especially against the likes of Ross Graham and Quinones, we're not going to get near him with those balls over the top. And if we can kind of keep our goal difference in a reasonable position, we might squeeze in for a qualifier if we can get a win against AEK Athens, but it's a long shot. Here's Gary Rapper into Azak Kezgin. He manages to get there, and now Dennis Sirkin. That's a good pass forward, and now Polidoro moving into the penalty area. Have we got a chance? No, not just yet. O'Donnell into James. Lulic with the strike, and he's hit the post. And Kimpembe away. I can't imagine we'll get much closer than that. let alone scoring in the game. I can't imagine we'll get any closer than that. Inacio and Ugat exchanging passes. Kimpembe holds on to it. Ugat picks it up. Kimpembe again. They're just dominating everything, aren't they? Gary Rapper's done really well, though, to get in onto that. Azak Kesgin tried to play the pass. It was intercepted, but Lulic picks it up. And now Gary Rapper, and that is an unbelievable goal. Gary Rapper brings us back into this game here against PSG with a thunderbolt off the underside of the crossbar. That'll be one of the goals of the campaign for sure. Be one of the goals of the Champions League, that I would have thought. But we have our first ever group stage goal in the Champions League, and it's come against a team that I wasn't expecting it to do, but I'll take it. Inacio with a set piece from Mbappe there. The header at the far post makes it 3-1. It was very short-lived that we were back in the game for sure, but we've got our first ever group stage goal thanks to Gary Rapper. And I mean, what can I say to them? I want a much better display, I've said to them, but like I say, we're against Paris Saint-Germain. We're not playing a team from our own league here by any means, and I think, unfortunately, being in the Champions League is going to be a little bit too much of a culture shock for the club. If we manage to squeeze into the top 24, I'll be amazed. But we'll have to wait and see and just keep plugging away and see where we end up at the end of it. But I can't imagine us getting too many points, to be honest. But at 3-1, I mean, we're looking into this second half, and PSG they've not created too much in this second half, and to be honest, I'm quite happy with the way things have gone. Yes, it's 3-1, but I thought it was going to be a lot worse than this, given the fact that they had Martinez and Mbappe up front. Granted, it's not over yet, and they are on the ball here with Marquinhos into Bajcetic, and it's over the top, and Mbappe's in behind again, and he's scored again. Oh, dear me. A hat-trick and an assist for Kylian Mbappe. I think we'll just take some players off now. I think it's literally going to be a case of we'll rest the players that we can from here and hope for the best. We're going to bring Leandro Paredes on against his former club. Craig Moore can come on in there. O'Donnell's on a yellow card, so we'll take him off for Almeida. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot that I can say about it, to be honest. It's very difficult. I mean, our keeper's in danger of losing his discipline, apparently. Not sure how he'll lose his discipline. He's a goalkeeper, so. But we've rested. We're going to rest a few key players now. It's very obvious that nothing's going to happen from here. So at 4-1, yeah, Europe's going to be a step too far for us. I think we've done well to get into the group stage. We need to draw games to get any prize money, draw or win. Losing, you get nothing from it. But we will have probably a windfall payment just because we've been in the group stage, which will be very useful anyway. But as we come toward the end of the game, it's going to finish 4-1 here. Mbappe completely ruining us, and not too much from what I expected, to be honest. I mean, honestly, it could have been worse, to be fair. And I mean, I don't like what I saw from the team, but it's PSG. We're Dundee United. And yes, there was some poor performances there, but to stop players like Mbappe, everybody needs to be on point. And it's very difficult to have everybody on point all at the same time, especially at a club of our size. And I think the target really is not to finish bottom of this Champions League group. If we can somehow manage to get something in one of the other games, I'll take that as a win, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure who the other AK Athens, who was one of the teams I was expecting to maybe be able to win, as was Malmo. They're the only two I thought we'd have a chance. They're currently sat in 12th, so they could be a little bit of a challenge as well going forward. But again, it's all a learning curve for the team, and yeah, there's no way we're going to beat the likes of Paris Saint-Germain. In terms of our current schedule, obviously Europe is not going too well, but I mean, I'm looking at it, at the moment. We'll probably skip the Atletico Madrid game, to be fair. We've got a cup semi-final against St Johnstone to come, and AEK Athens is a very important game there as well. So I'll probably come back for the cup semi-final and that Champions League tie there. So it gets us another 4 games ahead, and hopefully our good league form will continue, and we can maybe cause a shock or two in the Champions League with the remaining fixtures that we have. But I mean, I doubt it somehow. I mean, we've got Atletico Madrid to play, AK Athens, of course, Fiorentina, Bayern Munich, and Villarreal. So it's going to be extremely tough for us, but we'll see how we get on. And I will see you for that Cup semi-final and the Champions League against AK Athens. So until then, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. And this is Big Will signing away.